our hearts beat.
Imagine ending a long day, not with that usual sigh of exhaustion, but the pure bliss of a warm, bubbling soak.
Ah, sounds nice.
Right. What if that luxury wasn't miles away at some fancy spa, but right there in your own backyard, and get this, incredibly easy to set up?
Okay, you've got my attention. That easy setup part is key for a lot of people.
Exactly. And you specifically mentioned wanting that effortless at-home relaxation. So today we're taking a deep dive into something that promises just that. The Avenli London 2-3-person inflatable hot tub.
It's a really compelling idea, isn't it? Bringing that spa feeling home without, the huge commitment of a permanent fixture.
Totally.
So yeah, our mission today is basically to unpack its main features, explore what it's actually like to own one based on real user feedback.
Right, the real scoop.
And help you figure out if this could be, well, your next great buy for chilling out at home.
And to do that, we've gathered a whole load of insights. We're looking at the official product details, sure, but also a stack of really candid customer reviews.
Yeah, getting both sides, manufacturer claims and real-world experiences.
Exactly. It gives us a much more rounded view of what this Avenli London tub truly offers, beyond just the marketing spiel.
Absolutely. We want to give you the full picture, warts and all, if you like.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. What is the Avenli London hot tub, fundamentally? Because when I hear inflatable, my first thought is often, well, how sturdy can it possibly be? Especially holding all that water. Are we talking about like a glorified paddling pool? Or is it genuinely bringing that spa vibe?
That's a great question, and honestly, it's way more than just a fancy paddling pool. At its core, the Avenli London is a versatile, round, inflatable hot tub, specifically designed to bring a legitimate spa-like experience right to your doorstep, or, well, your patio.
Okay.
It's really about offering that accessible relaxation, without the permanence or the, frankly, massive cost of a traditional hard-sided tub. Think of it as your own personal portable oasis.
Portable oasis, I like that. And when we say portable or personal, what are the actual dimensions? Capacity. You mentioned space was a big factor for you.
Yeah, good point. Size matters here. This model is 65 inches long, 65 inches wide, and stands about 27.6 inches tall. So perfectly round.
Okay.
It holds 181 gallons of water. Now, it's advertised for 2-3 adults, but realistically, from what users say, it's most comfortable for 2 people having a nice, intimate soak. If you try and squeeze a third in, well, you'll be very close friends by the end.
Good to know. So definitely ideal for couples or just relaxing solo.
Exactly. Perfect if you want that personal setup that isn't gonna, take over the entire garden.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the features that promise that comfort and convenience. Beyond just holding warm water, how does it deliver on that relaxation promise? Heating. Jets.
Right, the experience itself, it focuses heavily on that. The Avenli London has what they call a rapid heating system. It warms the water up to a maximum of 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, the magic number.
Pretty much the ideal temperature for soothing muscles, right? And then for the bubbles, the spa part, it's got 105 water jets.
105, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. They're designed to create a full sort of encompassing bubble effect, not just a few extremes.
Okay. Now, one of the big appeals of having a hot tub at home is using whenever you fancy, but year-round enjoyment with an inflatable model, especially if you live somewhere that gets chilly. Is that realistic?
It's definitely marketed that way for year-round use.
Yeah?
The product descriptions really push its ability to provide relaxation any time of year, which suggests the heating system is pretty robust. Now, obviously, extreme freezing temperatures will challenge any heater.
Sure.
But for general use across different seasons, it's designed to maintain that warmth.
I mentioned my initial skepticism about durability earlier. Inflatable stuff.
Yeah.
But the sources talk about a patented I-beam structure and 3-ply reinforced walls. What does that actually mean in terms of sturdiness? Is it going to bulge or feel unstable?
This is actually where it gets quite interesting, how they address that exact concern. That patented I-beam structure isn't just marketing fluff.
No.
It's engineered to actively resist deformation. So it helps the tub keep its shape and structural integrity, even when it's full of water and people. It's designed to minimize breakage, offer superior strength, basically stop it from sagging.
Right, no sagging.
And then those 3-ply reinforced walls add another layer of toughness. It ensures it's not just some flimsy blow-up thing, but a genuinely robust container. It holds its form.
That is a critical detail. Definitely eases some of those durability worries. Okay, so once it's set up, filled, looking sturdy, how easy is it to actually use? the controls?
They seem to have aimed for effortless on that front. It comes with a built-in digital control panel positioned so it's easy to reach while you're in the tub.
Handy.
Yeah, super convenient. It lets you adjust everything easily, temperature, bubbles, all that. Plus, it's soft touch operation, so no fiddly buttons or complicated menus. Just press and go.
Okay. And once it's heated up, how well does it stay warm, and how quick is that initial heat up time?
It uses a powerful built-in pump that kind of does two jobs at once. It constantly filters the water, keeping it clean.
Important.
Very. And it also double heats the water. This combo helps it reach your desired temperature reasonably quickly, and then, crucially, maintain it steadily while you're soaking. Initial heat times can vary a bit depending on the starting water temp and air temp, but it's built for efficiency.
Safety is always a big one, especially if you've got kids or pets running around. What's included for security?
Good point. For safety and, peace of mind, the Avenli London comes with double locking safety clips.
Okay.
These are used to securely fasten the insulated cover that comes with it. It's designed specifically to prevent kids, or anyone really, from getting in unsupervised. Simple but effective, especially for families.
It really sounds like a complete starter package then. Does it genuinely come with everything you need out of the box to just get soaking?
Right.
Or are there hidden extras you need to buy?
No, it really seems to be the full kit. It's pretty comprehensive. You get that insulated cover with the safety clips we just mentioned, a floor protector sheet to go underneath.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it protects the tub and whatever surface it's on. You also get 2 filtration kits to get you started on keeping the water clean, a flexible hose for inflation makes setup easier, and even a repair patch, just in case the worst happens.
Always good to have.
Definitely. And beyond that, obviously, the spa liner itself, the main pump unit that does the heating and filtering, and the filter element box. So yeah, essentially, it's a ready-to-go setup. Add water and power.
All right, so we've laid out the specs, the features, what it should do on paper. But the real acid test, as always, is what actual users think. What's the general vibe from people who've bought and used the Avenli London?
Okay, so looking at the overall picture from reviews, places like Walmart, where it's sold, it gets an average rating of 3.4 out of 5 stars. That's based on over 300 ratings and about 180 written reviews.
3.4. So decent, but not perfect. Suggests a bit of mixed bag.
Exactly. It indicates a generally positive reception. People mostly like it. But that score also hints there are specific points of feedback, both good and bad, that are worth digging into. It's not a slam dunk 5 stars for everyone.
Okay, makes sense. Let's start with the good stuff then. What are users really praising? Where does it shine in the real world?
The setup ease comes up again and again. This seems to be a huge win. People consistently say it's very easy and quick to install.
Like how quick?
Well, one user, Sherry, said it was very easy to put together and took maybe 30 minutes to fill. Another, Lolo, was surprised they set it up myself in about 30 minutes.
Wow, okay.
Even a Walmart associate review from Lori highlights its design for quick installation, inflating in minutes. And another user, William, called it affordable and easy to assemble. So that promise of fast, simple setup, it really seems to hold true for most people.
That's impressive for a hot tub, even an inflatable one. Does it deliver on the actual relaxation and maybe even therapeutic benefits once it's running?
It certainly seems to, based on the feedback. We saw Joshua, a retired military member, share that it's perfect for me and my wife and that soaking actually helps him maintain mobility. That's a powerful testimonial.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there was a really interesting, quite unique comment from someone called Shadow, who found it great for autistic children, saying it provided comfort with both cool and warm water.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It suggests a broader therapeutic potential beyond just, easing sore muscles for adults.
We talked about portability earlier and fitting it into smaller spaces. How does its size and convenience play out in practice, according to users?
People definitely appreciate how compact it is. That Walmart associate, Lori, called it a compact and convenient option. Joshua liked that it was portable, which suited his travel needs.
Right.
And Tara found it the perfect size for her and her husband. She even noted it felt similar to a 4-person model, but was taller, holding more water, which she saw as a plus. So yeah, for tight spaces or needing storage options, it scores well.
Okay, and what about that initial heating speed? We know it takes time, but are people generally happy with how fast it gets warm?
Many seem pleasantly surprised. Sherry mentioned checking the water the morning after filling it, and it was already at 80 degrees.
It's pretty quick progress.
It is. But importantly, William provided some really useful context. He reminded everyone that hot tubs generally take 12 to 24 hours to heat up fully. Crucially, he added that covering the hot tub while it's warming up helps speed up the process.
That's a great tip. Setting expectations is key.
Absolutely. So, quick start, but be patient for the full heat.
And overall, does it feel like good value for the money spent?
For a lot of buyers, yes, definitely. We saw comments like Customer H calling it wonderful and a great value. William also found it an excellent decision and affordable.
Right.
This really reinforces that idea that for its price point, many people feel they're getting a solid return on investment, especially as maybe a first hot tub.
Okay, that's a really strong list of positives. Easy setup, real relaxation benefits, good size for smaller spots, decent initial heating, and good value.
Yeah.
Sounds very appealing.
It does paint a good picture.
But as you said, 3.4 stars means it's not perfect. No product is. We need to be realistic. So let's switch gears a bit. What are the common complaints or maybe the points where user expectations didn't quite match reality?
Okay, this is probably the most frequently mentioned con or trade-off. The heating and the bubbles don't run at the same time.
Explain that.
Basically, several users, like Customer H and Tara, pointed out that once you turn the bubbles on, the heat turns off.
Oh, okay. So you can have heat or you can have bubbles, but not both simultaneously.
Exactly. The system can't seem to power both the heater and the bubble jets at full tilt together. So if your ideal soak involves constant heat while the bubbles are churning, this model forces you to choose moment by moment. That's a pretty fundamental thing to know up front.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one to consider, depending on how you like to use a hot tub. What about maintaining the temperature consistently, or just how long it really takes to get fully hot? Any issues there?
There are some mixed reports here, and it seems like how you manage it matters. One user, Sherilyn, mentioned it can take about an hour and two in order to heat up completely if the temp drops. And she also recommended keeping the cover on while heating.
Okay, so maybe it needs a bit of management.
Possibly. But then you have others with more significant problems. Laurie, who gave it only 2 stars, said hers won't go past 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and the heater keeps shutting off.
Ouch. That's not hot enough.
Not really. And Lael, a 1-star reviewer, had trouble getting it to the desired temperature and hold it because they found the heat turns off automatically after 8 hours.
An auto shut-off. Could be a safety feature, but annoying if you want a longer soak or continuous heating.
It could be. So, while some find the heating adequate with management, others definitely struggle to reach or maintain that top temperature consistently.
Right. That sounds potentially frustrating. We also touched on the capacity advertised for 2-3 people. How does that stack up in reality?
The consensus seems to lean towards cozy. Kevin found it a little small, stating definitely not for 3 people, and even suggested that depending on height, it could not fit 2 people comfortably.
Okay, maybe it depends on the people.
Perhaps. Lolo also advised it's truly a 2-person spa, and even then, it will be intimate in there together. So yeah, think of it realistically as a comfortable 2-person tub, maybe 1 person if you really like to stretch out. Forget the 3 unless you're very, very close.
Good to know. What about upkeep? Specifically, the filters. Is changing them a hassle or expensive?
It's definitely something to factor in. Kevin mentioned the filter needs to be changed every 150 hours, which may be a little crazy. That sounds quite frequent depending on use.
Yeah, that could add up.
And Sherilyn warned people to be careful when ordering replacements, advising them to find the specifications, which hints it might not always be super easy to get the right ones. So filter maintenance is a recurring task and cost.
And the jets themselves. We heard 105, which sounds impressive. But what's the user take on their actual performance coverage? Power.
There's some feedback here too. Mary noted it doesn't have the jets all the way around it like I was expecting.
So maybe concentrated in certain areas.
Seems like it. She also found the motor unit kind of awkward and big and felt it is not powerful enough. So while there are numerous jets, their placement and overall oomph might not deliver that super vacuous all-over massage some people might hope for. More of a gentle bubble bath feel, perhaps.
Okay. Now, while the overall feeling is positive, you mentioned some stronger negative reviews. Were there any significant, albeit perhaps isolated, concerns about the actual durability or quality of the materials or pump?
Yeah, there were a couple of quite concerning reports, though they do seem like outliers compared to the generally positive setup comments. Adam, who left a 2-star review, had a really bad experience. He said, "The quality is poor, the craftsmanship is very poor, material is very fragile, and the pump was horrible," claiming it quit after just over a month's worth of use.
Oh, wow. That's really bad.
It is. And Lael, the one-star reviewer we mentioned with heating issues, also experienced an air leak that couldn't be located. So while many find it sturdy enough, these reports highlight that, like any manufactured product, there can be quality control issues or units that fail prematurely.
And the cover. Any issues with how that functions?
Minor points, mostly suggestions. Sherry thought an inflatable top that goes on the hot tub under the main cover would make it sturdier, maybe help with insulation or shedding water.
Interesting idea.
And Lael mentioned one of the clasps for the cover got stuck, which sounds like a small annoyance, but potentially frustrating.
Okay, and finally, if you do run into one of these problems, a faulty pump, a leak, heating issues, what's the customer service experience like? You mentioned wanting good support.
This is where it gets a bit confusing, actually. We have conflicting accounts. Lori, the 2-star reviewer with heating problems, was getting pretty frustrated because she said she hadn't heard back from their support team.
Not great.
No. But then Adam, the guy who gave it a low rating for the product quality itself, specifically praised the attentive customer service in warranty return department.
That is contradictory.
It really is. It makes you wonder if it depends on who you get, or maybe the specific issue. It's hard to say definitively if the support is consistently good or bad. It seems variable.
Okay, so putting this all together now,
Right.
the features, the good points, the, let's call them considerations. Who is this Avenli London hot tub really the best fit for?
Right, let's connect the dots. It seems ideal for a few key types of people, and honestly, one of them sounds a lot like what you were looking for initially. First up, the home relaxer.
Okay.
This is for individuals or couples who just want that convenient, easy relaxation at home without the massive cost or permanent installation of a traditional spa. Perfect for unwinding after work in your own space.
Makes sense. And for people tight on space or needing flexibility.
Absolutely. It's tailor-made for the space conscious. If you've got a small backyard, a patio, maybe even a sturdy deck, or you just like the idea of packing it away in winter, this is a great fit. Its inflatable nature is key here.
We heard those powerful examples about therapeutic use too. Is it a good choice for someone specifically seeking relief?
Definitely looks like it. The therapeutic seeker is another profile this fits well, whether it's for easing sore muscles, helping with mobility, like Joshua mentioned, or even those specific sensory needs highlighted by Shadow for autistic children. It seems to genuinely deliver benefits in that area.
And what if you're totally new to hot tubs? Maybe a bit intimidated by the whole thing.
It's an excellent gateway product for the first-time spa owner. Because it's relatively affordable and so easy to set up compared to the big acrylic ones, it's a fantastic way to dip your toes in, literally, and see if the hot tub life is for you without a huge commitment. Low barrier to entry.
Okay, so let's try and summarize this whole deep dive on the Avenli London 2-3-person inflatable hot tub. It definitely offers a pretty compelling package, right? Accessible, convenient, relatively affordable spa relaxation at home.
Yeah, that's the core appeal. It really stands out for that super simple, quick setup, the surprisingly robust I-beam structure, giving it decent durability for an inflatable, and the fact that it comes as a complete kit. You get pretty much everything you need. But yeah, while most users seem happy with the value and the basic function, it's crucial to go in with eyes open about those common feedback points. Top of the list is that heat or bubbles choice, they don't run together.
Right, the big trade-off.
Absolutely. Also, understanding its true comfortable capacity is realistically 2 people, not 3. And acknowledging those, albeit seemingly isolated, reports about potential durability issues or inconsistent heating helps set realistic expectations. You need to know what you're getting.
So the overall takeaway seems to be, if you're looking for a really hassle-free entry into having a personal hot tub, you value quick setup and portability, and you're okay with its specific operational quirks, especially that heat versus bubbles limitation, then the Avenli London could actually be a fantastic, worthwhile addition to your backyard, a real boost to your relaxation routine.
Exactly. And just think for a moment about the actual impact. Having those moments of easy relaxation readily available. What could just a quick, soothing soak at the end of the day genuinely do for your stress levels, your overall well-being?
It's a powerful thought. Those little moments can add up. So if this deep dive has got you thinking, and you're curious to learn more about how the Avenli London inflatable hot tub might fit into your life, you can find all the details and purchase information via the link right there in the description below.